Welcome to DEntremont. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Sennheiser HD439 headphone. This is a pretty good value for the price. What you get is a 1/4-inch jack, standard 1/4-inch jack, an extra cable, it's just a replaceable cable, and the headphone. So in terms of accessories, that's pretty bleak, and honestly for the price you would think you'd at least get a case, like something, like just a basic pouch or something, but nope, not with these. They just come in this awesome blister pack. Headphone is extremely comfortable, one of the most comfortable I've worn. It's got a velour pad on the headband and the earpieces, if that's what you call that. Just kind of a soft material there. They're very, very light in clamping force, enough to stay on your ear, but not enough to give you any kind of discomfort. And they have like a swivel here at the ear joint. And they also have a pretty bad problem leaking sound. They're definitely not that great in terms of sound leakage. And they're not that great in terms of sound isolation. But other than that, musicality-wise, I think that's a word, these are very, very good for the value, for the price that you pay, about $80 to $100 depending on online versus in-store. The sound quality of these I would describe as relatively flat. For the price you pay, I would actually call them extremely flat. They lack the lowest sub-bass and the highest crisp highs, but otherwise the frequency response is a very smooth and linear sound. The mid is probably the most present frequency in this headphone, the mid-high. It gives a very good instrument detail level, despite not having that high clarity. Things really stand out well. It's got a good stereo width. It's got a pretty good amount of depth. They do sound a little bit veiled, but for the price range, I'd say they don't. I mean, I'd say they're very, very revealing and detailed for the price range, but compared to something else like an Audio-Technica M50, the high frequencies just kind of sound a little bit veiled and kind of almost boxy in comparison. But again, comparing it to the price point, I don't think it sounds boxier or lacking crispness, but it's got a relatively flat frequency response. Detail's great. The bass can be kind of a weak point for me. I think for most genres it does a very good job. You hear the bass is present, and it sounds relatively consistent with the rest of the frequencies. However, the bass just doesn't really pack any punch. You don't really hear any of that nice deep body that you would get with some other headphones. It's probably not the best headphone if you're into, some heavy rock or electronic music that really has that deep, powerful bass. It wouldn't do bad. I think it does decent with any genre you give it, but probably wouldn't be the best. And the treble, same thing. If you're looking for something with a completely airy and realistic sound stage, maybe classical music with, the real depth that gives you the sense that you're sitting in the room, these probably aren't going to give you the best in that regards. But at the same time, the mid-range and the overall quality sort of makes up for that at the price range. It gives you a very clean sound, and you really do get a good instrument individuality. You really get a good sense of body overall, and they're very enjoyable. I mean, they really take, if you're used to headphones at a lower price point, I think they really take that experience and open it up. I think they make it sound more professional, less fatiguing, more comfortable, and just overall a better experience. So in that regard, I think these are an excellent value. However, I haven't tried all the headphones at the price point, so I really have no comparison in that regard, but just I've heard price points above and below it, and in that sense I think they fit very well at the price that they're at. The biggest downfall would be no case. The treble and the bass extension aren't the greatest. Other than that, they do really well. Now, one big knock I do have on these headphones, and this is almost a killer in my book, they don't fold. These are not collapsible headphones. This is a one-piece band with no folding. The adjustment and everything is just a single piece of plastic, and it works well, but I can't put this in a small compartment, a small bag pocket, anything like that. And also, even if I did fit it in a bag, the way this cable jettisons out here, and the way the body doesn't flex or fold, I just feel like they're going to be broken because they're not the toughest plastic. I mean, you can probably see that. I can just flex it with my pinky and my thumb. I think that would probably get broken. So in terms of portability, if you don't mind just keeping them around your ears or tossing them in a big bag and hoping they don't break, yeah, they're probably fine. But if you want something extra durable and compact, this is probably not the best set you're going to find. One thing I do like about them, however, is the appearance. I'm actually kind of shocked. I didn't think I'd like them at first, but I think they're pretty sleek. They have a sort of a high-tech but also minimalistic look to them, and the shape and curve. They look pretty nice. But it is what it is. So I'd say for the price range, it's a good value. It's definitely a good value. And if you're looking for something that's more flat and you're not worried about getting that extra bass or extra super crisp high frequency response, you'll probably enjoy these in the level of detail that they'll pull out of music. And I just highly recommend them for the price. So thank you for watching. If you have any comments, just leave them below.